We're now joined by Ben Baby, 4-star chicken finger recruit here. You're looking for the right fit in a chicken finger establishment.
Correct.
And I want to ask you, because there have been a lot of chicken finger joints coming at you. You're getting a lot of offer letters. You're getting a lot of mail. You're getting texts. You're getting blown up on Twitter. What's this process been like for you?
It's been intriguing. Coming into it, I just wanted to eat some chicken. That's really all I wanted to do. It's what I've always done since I was a kid. And then it just kind of took a life of its own. Yeah. And so you've had to adapt with, kind of the good and the bad that comes with being being a 4-star chicken recruit. And arguably, I think I should have been a 5. I think the recruiting services didn't do me some justice. There's some bad visits maybe, and maybe some bad eatings and showings at some establishments, prevented me from being a 5-star. But ultimately, I'm going to do what I'm going to do, and I think the chicken speaks for itself.
Do you think the media's treated you fairly?
I think so. So far. Been pretty favorable. I have been giving no interviews, but for some reason I keep finding my way into people's publications. So that's
well, listen, you're the talk of the town, you're the talk of the state, and you're somebody that I think every chicken finger establishment, and Max, back me up on this. Yeah. I think that this is a class maker. You know what I mean? Sure. I think Ben is a class maker that
I'm still unclear on why we're limiting the chicken finger options available to us, but that's neither here nor there.
Look, that's a great question. There are opportunities out there for recruits to have multiple chicken finger establishments. Why choose one?
All right. So do y'all want just the backstory and how all this
I do. I want to
know.
know.
All right. So what happened was, I guess I was on Twitter and talking about chicken places, specifically in College Station between Lane's, the old local establishment, and Cane's. And I made the argument that Cane's is much better than Lane's.
Interesting.
And my buddy Ian, a.k.a. Chick Tender, he's my recruiting handler here. He's the one. He was just like, hey, give me your top 5 chicken places. I got a guy who's about to make an edit. I'm like, are you kidding me? Like, yeah, sure. So I sent him 5 over. Sure. Thought about it. Looked at my best offers and did that. And then we put it up, and it just went from there. And then he was like, you should probably do some official visits and things of that nature. And I'm like, hey, I don't know if people are going to go for this. It's I think it's kind of petty. But then after we do church each Tuesday, and after church, I was like, yeah, let's just go get some chicken. And then after that, we blew up from there. Good. So that's where the 5 offers sit now.
So Tuesdays are your official OV days.
And as of now, barring any unforeseen circumstances, I will be committing tonight. That is the goal.
Wow. That's a bombshell here on DCTF Live. Ben Baby will be committing tonight. That said, to your chicken place. Now, I want to ask you. Obviously, different recruits are looking for different things, right? They're looking for different aspects. Like when we talk about football players, some of them really like the cool jerseys, right? Some of them really like the stadium. Some of them, a conference is really important to them.
Proximity to home.
Right. For you, what is this decision going to be based off of?
Like all good recruiting decisions, it's about the fit. Whatever that means, just the fit. No one really goes into detail what the fit actually entails. I mean, I think it's very vague for probably a good reason, but the fit is the fit. Also, I want it to feel like a family type atmosphere. Yeah. If it doesn't feel like a family, why am I going to go eat there?
Wow, okay.
You want to pretend like you're at family dinner.
We're getting some insights here.
So so fit and family, then anything else. Maybe early playing time if I get to skip lines.
Yeah,
maybe.
If you can skip lines, that'd be huge.
I think that was promised to me on a couple visits.
Okay.
So,
wow. Okay. That's a because I mean, as you know, the chicken finger game is getting bigger and bigger and bigger. Websites are sprouting up all over, and to cover this chicken finger recruiting. How important? I want to ask you, how important are sides to your decision? Because I mean, we talk about chicken, and that's the bulk of it, right? But
right, correct.
But there's all these things that come along with it. How important are the sides to your decision?
Sides are pretty good. You gotta have decent toast. So one of the establishments I threw out didn't have very good toast. The tea's got to be okay. The fries can't be bad. Yeah. The sauce has to be pretty good. You got to have a good array of sauces. I think that's it has a lot to do with it. And so now you can't get lost in the sauce. Now don't get me wrong.
No, for sure.
You don't want to get lost. And you can't have too much of the sauce.
Let me look directly in the camera.
Oh,
if you can switch to my camera.
Sure.
Kids, don't get lost in the sauce.
Do not get lost in the sauce.
So that's interesting, yeah.
Yeah, and I also, I've started working with a dip specialist. There are these things. Now in recruiting, you got to have a ton of guys to put you over that edge. If you want to compete, with the other 4 and 5 star recruits. If you want to be able to make an impact as soon as you arrive at your location, you got to be able to have all these things, worked out. So I've got a dip specialist. I've got a guy who makes sure I'm cutting my toast the right way. Slaw etiquette, fork proper, whatever that is. So there's a lot that goes into it these days.
How have you seen your game change, your chicken finger game change? Because I mean, we've been following you since you were like a pup. You were a 2-star pup, right? Now you've risen up the rankings to a 4-star. What's been the difference? What's given you that chicken finger edge?
Well, nobody's really come to my games or came to my meals and watched me eat.
You're
so
exactly
really,
right.
It's just been like little. I've been just at mass. Like I've just been in line, ordered. Maybe they saw me eat 1 or 2 bites, and they're like, "Oh, that's it. Give me an offer." So luckily I've had no offers pulled because they realize I'm a really bad chicken eater or I make bad decisions when I eat. Luckily that hasn't happened. But that's it. I mean, it really has little to do with what I've actually done when it matters. But it is what it is.
Ben Baby, 4-star chicken recruit. Time's come. We promised here that you were going to announce your top 3. Ben Baby, 4-star chicken recruit. The floor is yours.
All right, it's been I talked to my friends and family about this decision. I appreciate everyone that gave me offers and thought that I was going to be that wanted me to be a part of what they were doing at their respective franchises. But I think we've come to a point in this process, as Max is dying over there, where I need to cut this down to 3.
I think it's only fair to not only the franchises in the mix, but also the fans who have followed your recruiting process really, really tightly. So I think it's only fair that we get a little insight into what you were thinking.
For the record, I just want to say I think this whole bit just took an extreme level of absurdity that I did not foresee this.
I don't really
up until this point.
I'm really interested. But honestly, I don't know about you, Max. I've got my. I don't know why you're laughing. I've got my picks. I think I know where you're leaning, but I want to hear it from you. Let's announce your top 3.
All right. So my top 3 after a lot of decision, and you've already heard all the stuff I'm going to put in my notes section on my phone. I've trimmed it down to Zaxby's.
Wow. Okay. The X-Men. X-Men 18.
No, that's Chicken Express.
Oh, never mind.
Zax Attack 18.
Zax Attack 18. Okay. Big. That's a big move. They need to make some moves, and that's big for them to be in your top 3. Who else?
The next one is definitely going to keep the Chicks Click in the mix. Super Chicks is my the second finalist.
I think we all saw that coming. I think that honestly, and this is me reading between the lines on your tweets. I think we all saw the Chicks Clicks in the mix.
There you go. That's my favorite hashtag.
Finally, but here's the thing now: is that you've got one more to announce. That means there's going to be a heavy hitter left out of your top 3. Who's your final in your top 3?
And right now, the third and last finalist for my recruitment will be Raising Cane's.
Wow! Raising Cane's gets into the top 3. He makes the top 3. Wow. What do you say to the devastated Chicken Express fans out there? Because I'll tell you, they're out there, and right now this is a tough moment for them.
Well, I kind of have an idea of where I wanted to commit to, so I need to make sure my last little finals list looks nice and curated. So, Chicken Express was kind of one of the filler ones that I had there. But I do love their serendipity, and honestly, after my official visit there, I seriously considered making that my leader on the list.
Yeah.
And it was a place that kind of caught me off guard, but ultimately that was the toughest decision between them and Zaxby's. It was really difficult, and I had an unofficial to Zaxby's over the weekend.
Oh, wow. That was not reported.
Yeah, that might be a game changer. So, it's tough. Super Chicks on my end, I love what they're doing. They're not a big program. I really like what they do there. The manager made me feel at home. Yeah. One of the places where they were very, very happy to take a picture with me when I'm doing these visits. And so that was it. But I don't know if it's going to get me to where I need to go. Maybe you need to go with the bigger program like Zaxby's or Cane's. So just a lot of stuff to think about between now and whenever the guy's done making my edit. So
interesting. Yeah. I mean, I've got so many questions, but we got to go. Again, congratulations on narrowing it down to your top 3. You are in our thoughts and prayers. And so prayers up for Ben. thank you very much for having the courage to come in and do this on the air. I know you're not an interview type guy. So.
No, I'm not a guy for publicity. That's why I asked for no interviews.
No interviews, and you're not a self promoter.
I'm not.
Like, that's one of the things that I've always respected about you, is that you're not a self promoter.
Thank you.
Ben Baby.
Follow me on Twitter at Ben_Baby.
Ben_Baby on Twitter. He will be committing tonight.
Committing tonight, hopefully.
Wow. A historic edition of Dave Campbell's Texas Football Live. Thank you for being part of history. That's going to do it for us. Thank you for spending part of your day with us. Follow us on Twitter at DCTF. Like us on Facebook, facebook.com/Dave Campbell's. Follow us on Instagram, instagram.com/Dave Campbell's. Of course, see us at TextFootball.com. We're off for like a week. We got to recover. Vince Young, please get your Player of the Year trophy.